biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
Good afternoon and welcome to RCR Presents Real Discussions. I'm your host for today, Michelle Dawes-Bird, and this is a special edition of Pop-Up. A special edition, because typically I do my show on every first and third Sunday from 2 to 4, but today I have a special guest. So here we are. Today's my conversation with Myra J. Myra.
Hello, Michelle. Hey, everybody. Look, I'm on TV.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome. Welcome. We are super excited that you're here because your portfolio is so diverse and so great over the years. Yeah, look at your eyes. I do research. I watch. And when things are on TV, I see credits and I see names and all that stuff. And we're going to
she double check.
Yeah, double check. We're gonna talk about all of that stuff. So Myra, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Where are you from, Myra?
I am from Chicago, Illinois. South Side. You always have to say that, if you're from the South Side. I don't know why we started saying it like that, but West Side people hate that, but we do. We say South Side.
You say South Side.
South Side, because I am from the South Side.
Okay.
Yeah,
Born and raised.
Born and raised. I'm a Cook County baby, and I always say Cook County Hospital, not the jail. Okay.
That's helpful. The hospital, not the jail.
Not the jail, yes.
So what was life like for you in Chicago as a kid, the neighborhood? What was it like for you?
Oh, my gosh. Well, this was way back in the day, but it was it was really cool. It was really cool. We were the hardworking black family. My mother worked. My grandmother was out the house. It was, it's 50 million relatives living and passing through. But for us, that was very normal.
Nice.
And it was typical. And we went outside to play as kids. And if a colored man was on TV, my grandmama came out on the steps and called us to come in the house because the colored man on the Ed Sullivan show, you better drop what you doing to come in to see Sammy Davis Jr. Or Nat King Cole. And we sat around and we were so proud to do that. I came up at a time where, yes, it was the South Side of Chicago and we had grocery stores, but we also had the watermelon man coming down the street. The man with the collard greens and the fruit and stuff, on his horse, yelling, watermelon. Yeah, we just, look, they didn't call it the South Side for nothing. We just brought the South up to Chicago and did all that. And we played hide and go seed and, red light, green light. We played all those school games and stuff. And so it was interesting as we got older and looked back because we may have been poor in money, but we weren't poor in soul.
No, not in spirit. Not in soul and spirit.
No.
So it was a very rich life in the sense that you guys were family together.
Oh yeah.
Doing stuff.
Yeah. Literally, before I came here, I just took two of my cousins to the airport who came to visit me. You know how you have your cousins, but then you got your cousin that's like your sister.
Yeah.
So
it was tight. They had a good time.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about how you got to Atlanta, but before that, so while we're in Chicago, we're growing up, we're having a good time. Were you funny, making people in your family laugh then, or no? Not yet.
Well, I sort of, I guess, morphed into funny. I always liked funny.
Okay.
I grew up not far from the original Regal Theater, which was on 47th Street in Chicago. And on Saturdays, they used to have the stage shows where some of, the Smokey Robinson and the Miracles and the Temptations and everybody would come through. But before the music started, they'd always have comedians there. And it would be Slappy White and Skillet and Leroy and Pigmeat Markham and my grandmother would take me and we was and I was a little kid and I'm laughing just because the grown-ups are laughing and I loved Mom's Maid.
Right. But
as particularly a little child of color growing up, of course you weren't urged to be a comedian or anything. And I wasn't necessarily funny around the family, but I do remember in high school when I graduated, and I was shocked because I was voted most humorous female.
Really?
Yeah, and And I don't even know if I was that funny, but I was kind of maybe Ferris Bueller-ish. In that I got away with stuff. Stuff would happen, and they would be like, "Did she?" And I always have the angelic, like, "No, no, I did not do that." And I was a good. I got good grades.
Okay.
So it was always like, wasn't me. And the school would be like, yes.
Yes, yes, it was. Yes, it was. Was it primarily all black students at school, at high school for you?
Well, in high school, no. I grew up in black neighborhoods. When I got to high school, we had moved to a neighborhood that was transitioning, and my class made the school pretty much 50-50.
Okay.
And this was in the late 60s, and the 60s were very, very turbulent.
Right.
So we had a white principal, and the school we wanted a black principal, and we wanted more black activities, and the administration didn't get it.
Right.
And there was a lot of demonstrations and boycotts and things, and there was white flight. And I remember by my junior year, our school was in the news all the time for protesting. And I remember my mother saying to me, "I better not ever come home from my hard day and find you on the news." And so so once again, Ferris Bueller-ish, she didn't find me on the news, but I would be in the hallway, "Black Power, Black," and I would see the TV cameras and drop to my knees and crawl underneath the camera and pop up on the other side, "Black Power." So I was
scare your mom.
I was pseudo Black Power because I was Black Power as long as my mama wasn't watching. 'Cause my mama had all the power. So yeah, I'm actually writing a book. Hopefully, I'll be finished next year. But it's interesting now that I go back and reflect on all the little funny stories and things that went on.
It's like a book of memoirs.
Yes. But it was, when you think that the 60s was an amazing time period and helped to mold me as to who I am today. Yeah. Because African Americans, we were at such a reckoning and discovering ourselves and empowering who we were as a people. Because I remember I wanted an afro, and my mother was like, "You've never been to Africa. You don't know any Africans. You are not wearing an afro around here." And so when I turned 16, my mother had only given me one birthday party when I was 8. So when I turned 16, I'm 16, I'm grown.
Right.
I'm going to get an afro. So I went to the barbershop and had to, remember the blowout?
Yes.
I'm Angela Davis. I want the super duper afro. Well, the guy was running late, and by then I knew my mama was home. So I said, "Well, let me tie a scarf down on my hair when I go in the house, and I'll just tip on past my mama go in my bedroom.
Right.
And she won't see it till maybe tomorrow."
Right.
And I walked in the door, and they flipped the lights on, and my mom, my cousin, my friends, and everybody yelled, "Surprise!" And I'm standing there, and my mother had the camera. She said, "Get that rag off your head, girl," and snatched that scarf off my head, and my hair went, boom.
Wow.
My mother never even took the picture. My mother just stood there like, "What?
Wow.
Is up with your hair?" And I said, I'm not changing it. And I never changed it. I said, "Look, if I got to get a beat down, whatever, I'm not going back." I was 16. I never went back.
Wow. So was mom in a space where it was just more appropriate to have straight hair, or just what was mom's reasoning for not letting you do it?
My mother was very old school.
Okay.
She was one of those people, like, you're just supposed to work, get married, work for 25 years, get your gold watch, and go somewhere. And so, that was her. And so now she has this daughter who I'm studying the Black Panthers and all this stuff going on, and she was like, I don't get you. What why are you doing that? And we kind of bumped heads on it, because I even remember Jesse Jackson back then, before he started. I don't even know what it's called now, but it used to be called Operation Push and Operation Rain. No, it started off, it was Operation Breadbasket, way back in the day. And there was a place called the Capitol Theater about 6 blocks from my house.
Okay.
And Nate Cannonball Adderley would kick it off at 8 o'clock. And Jesse Jackson and other civil rights leaders, and they would always be talking about what we're going to boycott and what we had to be aware of. And at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, that's what people in Chicago was. And I was a high school kid, and I would go down there by myself, and my mother would go, "What the heck are they doing down there that you got to be down there with Jesse Jackson at 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings?" But I was very into that. I was really looking for something better, not only for myself, but for my people.
Wow.
You know? And I think that's part of what that whole civil rights movement did for us.
Right. Did you have brothers and sisters?
Girl, how long is this show?
Only because I want to find out how they were behaving while you were doing the Ferris Bueller and activism and.
Well, let me just back my life story up and just give you a teeny tiny slice. Yes, I grew up with a brother.
Okay.
We had different fathers, but same mother. We grew up in the house together. My mother and father were never married, so I do have brothers and sisters on my father's
Dad's side. Okay.
My brother was about 6 years older than me, so at that time, you can't stand each other. I was just a little worm to him that got on his nerves because wherever he went, my mama said, "And you got to take your baby sister," and I would be like, "You got to take me," and he would just leave me on the corner and say, "You better be here when I get back, and don't you tell."
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he would leave me. Yes,
Uh-uh.
he would. My brother would
Ooh.
leave me. And he was a really big guy, so wasn't
Right.
my brother. But no, we had very people laughed as we got older because my brother was more like a they used to call him Fat Albert. 'Cause
He was that big?
and his middle name was Albert.
Really?
So that's why they said Fat Albert. But he was one of the most gentle spirits. He was a teddy bear, and people would go, "We think God got you all's personality."
Oh, he's mixed.
Because I was a little bit, and I was always. So he really wasn't aware. By the time I was in high school, my brother was in Vietnam. So so I was a kid there, and to be fully just putting it all out there. There is a dark side to my childhood, which I won't even go into because that's just a whole different page. But that also helped to, that they say that which does not kill us makes us stronger. Yes. So in dealing with that and trying to discover who I was, and becoming a woman, how am I going to strengthen myself and deal with all of this.
Wow.
And for me, the answer was college. College for me, to be very, very honest, I didn't go to college to learn.
Okay.
I went to college to escape.
Okay.
And my thing was, if all I have to do to stay here is to get grades, I can stay here. If I just pass tests,
Right.
This is a piece of
cake.
I got this. But I've often thought back that even for me, I didn't realize it then because that was such a blessing because school isn't for everyone.
No, it's not.
College isn't for
It isn't
for everyone.
It isn't. It's hard work too. It's hard work.
It's very hard work. And when you I went to a white school and coming off the south side of Chicago.
Right.
I went to Illinois State University, which is like 2 hours from Chicago. I'd never been around that many white people in my life. I didn't know that many was in the world. You talk about culture shock. It was like, what happened? I just got dropped in the middle of white land. I was like, whoa.
And they did things differently and ate differently and listened to different types of music. It was just very different.
It was a big culture shock. But one of the things that it did do, because at this time they were funding for minorities, affirmative action to get them there. So there was an influx from Chicago, Detroit,
Okay.
St. Louis.
Okay.
It was like 20,000 students. We were outnumbered 20-1.
Mm.
So when you saw a black person across the quad,
Mm.
Chicago, they'd be like, Detroit,
Yeah.
what's up? we were like
Right.
instant
Family.
family. And we had parties. You could go to a party, leave your purse, come back.
Yeah.
It's still
Person sitting right there.
nobody's touching
Right.
stuff. We were very, very close.
Wow.
Very close, because we knew at that time we can't fight one
I
another.
know.
I am not your enemy.
Right.
You know, and so that just helped to strengthen, you know, in a direction that I was already headed, and that we don't have to fight one another. We don't
Yeah.
have to hate on one another. So that really helped me, and some of my closest friends to this day are my friends that I met.
I was gonna ask you. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So you guys kept in touch all these years,
all these years.
because that was family in college.
Yeah, and I smoked through this. I don't mean that literally.
I was gonna say. I was just about.
There was a little involvement that we just cut the edit the part where we're not quite clear on what I said right there.
It's like she said it was a little smoke. Okay, go, Myra.
Okay.
Go, Myra.
Okay. So what I learned, I got my bachelor's in 3.5 years.
Wow.
I got my master's in 1 year.
Are you serious?
Yes, and because I learned the system,
Yes.
and to me, just like I said, it was a blessing because school wasn't hard. I'm not gonna lie. Now look, I dropped calculus. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. I'm like, calculus and econ, no sir. No. I couldn't figure out how the price of tea in China correlated with butter over in Boston. It just didn't make sense to
It's
me.
you.
Didn't make sense. But I started to experience a freedom in the choice of classes that I could take, and meeting people who had similar likes.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that. And people who know me know I am a big proponent of education, of knowledge. That is the one thing I always say. What you know can never be taken away from
I know
you.
that's right.
What you know is what you know is what you know. I don't care if your house burned down, your man leave you, and all that stuff. You got it up here.
Yeah. You good.
Good.
Forever.
You not only are you good, you'll be better
Yes. Yeah.
because you know it.
You know
don't
it.
have to flip. You may not realize that at 20, but by the time you hit 35 and 40, you go, what was I tripping about at 22? What did I think was so like, I just can't ever get over this?
Right.
Because you're 40, not shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you survived all that.
Mm-hmm.
All that. So, yes, it really pains me to see what has happened and what is happening to our educational system. When I was coming up in school, and this was, the poor neighborhood on south side of Chicago, but I remember in elementary school, foreign language used to be mandatory.
Yeah.
It used to be mandatory because I posted on Facebook yesterday, speaking Spanish is not a crime.
I know. Yeah. I like that post
And
as
I
well.
was like, are we actually going to be upset
Right.
because people are speaking something other than
English.
when you go over to other countries? Okay, and a lot of these other countries, they are bilingual,
Yes.
trilingual,
Yeah.
quadrilingual. when I went to Africa, and this is a guy, he was the reservationist at the ticket counter, and he was so fascinated that I was from America, and he wanted to have this long conversation with me
Right.
because he had questions. And one of the first questions he asked me, he said, well, how many languages do you speak?
Yeah.
And I felt so stupid going,
I speak English. Yeah.
And he looked like,
Really? Mm-hmm.
and he said, I speak 5 languages.
Wow.
He's the ticket agent. Now, how dumb do I feel right about now? Okay?
Yeah. I know. It's amazing because they just don't feel that it's important for us. I mean, you cut and cut and cut and cut because, yeah, I had to learn Spanish. Everybody either had to learn Spanish or French. Now, kids don't. I don't know. Not in public schools.
Yes.
Not here.
Yes, because I was taking Spanish and my brother took French. And we would, try to teach
Each other a language.
different words. And by the time I got in high school, they had cut it.
Cut it all out.
And it was terrible. And stuff like wood shop and
Home ec.
Home ec. I took the only thing I would do differently, I would make both sexes take both
classes
because I was terrible at home ec. That stupid little apron we had. Remember the apron? People look here. It was just all you had to do was cut a piece of cloth and you folded it over and you sewed it, and then you're supposed to bring a little skinny piece of cloth.
No, couldn't do it.
Girl, I sewed all that together. I couldn't get my little
See, because you just
apron.
Myra. That's why.
I couldn't make a pothole.
It was terrible.
Yeah, that's
it was pretty bad. So now you're this young lady. You're out of Chicago now, and you've gotten your college degree. You've got your master's degree in a total of 4 years, maybe 4.5 years. You've got both of those things done.
Oh yeah. Plus, yeah. By then I was maybe 22.
22.
Oh yeah, and I also had a husband and a baby by then.
Is that right? So you married early, had the baby.
Yeah, girl. I was just on the fast track.
You was on the fast track for everything. Mm-hmm. So how do we get from doing all of those, having the degrees early, married, children? How did comedy find you?
Well, because when I decided, my husband, well, I literally told my husband when I graduated, I want to go to L.A.
Okay.
Yeah, and he didn't want to go there, and I was cool with that. I'm like, well, the baby and I are going to L.A. You're more than welcome to come along with us, which he did. This is not the way to do it, children. I'm just let me put that in there.
Okay. She's like, you're more than welcome. Okay.
So get to L.A. Obviously, the marriage did not work out. So now I'm a young single mom and out here struggling. I was working in social services.
Okay.
I did everything from working the prisons. I did child abuse investigations. And somebody just set me up on a blind date or something. Somehow I ended up going with this guy, and he happened to. He said, "Do you like comedy?" And I said, "Yeah."
Okay.
He said, "Have you been to the Comedy Store?" And I had never seen a live comedy show.
Okay.
Comedy show.
Right.
And he took me to the Comedy Store on a Saturday night, and it must have been 12 white guys up there. And at the end of the night, he said, "So what'd you think?" And I went, some of them was funny. I said, "But I think I'm half as funny as some of you guys."
Is that right? That's what you said.
He said, "No, these guys are professionals." I said, "I don't care. I think I'm as funny as half of those guys."
Wow.
And he said, "Well, Monday night is open mic night."
Here we go.
I didn't even know what open mic meant. So what's an open mic? He said, anybody can get on stage for 3 minutes. I had never even thought about being on stage.
Really?
I belonged to a poetry writing group because I love to write. And I told one lady, her name was Pat, and I said, "I think I want to do comedy tomorrow night." And she said, "Well, I'm going to go with you." And we signed up together as a team. And the reason we did was so that she could get in for free.
Okay.
She said, "When they call us up, I'm going to go hide in the bathroom. And you go." You know how we do. We hustle.
Yeah. Hustle to get in.
We're hustling. And I went on stage and did my 3 minutes. And I kid you not, it was like the light went on. And it was like, I really enjoyed it.
Really?
I really enjoyed it. And I remember right afterwards, there was some talent scouts there, and they wanted to know, who's your agent? Have you been doing this? And I know nothing about show.
Right.
I'm like, I don't have an agent. I'm really a social worker, blah, blah, blah. But I remember what they said to me. They said, "You're funny, but you don't look like a black comedian, and we don't know what to do with you."
Is that right?
I'll never forget them.
Well, what did you look like?
I look pretty much
The same way you do now.
That's hair.
Okay.
80 pounds thinner.
All right. Okay.
But
Wait.
But I knew exactly what they were saying to me. They were saying, "You're not dark complexion. You're not overweight. And there's nothing wrong with that."
Right.
But to them, that's what when you look
Okay.
back on our comedy shows back
Okay.
in the day,
Okay.
everything from That's My Mama to What's Happening.
Come on now.
Think about it.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted us to
look.
portray.
Okay.
So I knew what they were saying to
Okay.
me.
Okay.
And I in my mind defied it and said, you know what? I don't care what they say.
Right.
I don't care. I'm going to do stand up looking like this.
Okay.
Because this is who I am. Because I remember thinking, I bet they don't say to Joan Rivers, but you don't look like a Jewish
I know that's right.
comedian.
Come on now, Myra.
So,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm like, I wasn't going to let them stop me. And this was at a time where women weren't being pushed out there as comics, and definitely not black women.
Okay. Okay.
So here I was, this little black chick who didn't have the hookup, didn't know anybody,
Right.
single mom, but I had my village of my girls. So I would go to work and do my little 9 to 5,
Right.
come home, cook dinner, clean the bathroom.
That's what's
do
up.
whatever
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have to do. Put him in his jammy jams, take him over into a friend's house and said, Mommy is going to be back. And I would go and stand out there in line to get my 3 minutes to go
Wow.
on stage because I loved it.
You loved
I
it.
wasn't making any money at it.
Really?
You don't make no money on open mic.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, and I did that. I had done that for a couple of years, and this was way before Def Jam. So I'm in white clubs. I'm at the Improv. I'm at the Comedy Store. And so I'm getting little gigs here and there. And there was a little hole in the wall place that I like to go and have a tasty beverage. Some people call it happy hour.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And this was on an off night. It was like on a Wednesday night or something. And I happened to stop in there, and it was a blues band playing. It was hardly maybe 10 people in there. And when the band took a break, I asked the guys, well, do you mind if I just stand up and tell a few jokes?
Okay.
They said, no, go ahead. So I did my little shtick, and when I finished, this guy came up to me and said, wow, you're really funny. I'm a comedian, too. My name is Robin Harris.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's how I met Robin Harris. Robin and I.
Yeah. May he rest in peace.
Yes, yes. So literally that night, he said, follow me. Get in your
Yeah.
car. Follow me. So I'm following this guy. We go and we went, I think it was like the Ramada or something. You know how different spots have certain, like, okay, this is going to be black night.
Right.
Y'all come over here and party. And we go, and black people are wall to wall in this room just dancing. And he walks up to the DJ booth, and the DJ stopped the music, and all I said was, this man about to get our butts kicked. That's all I was thinking. Like,
yeah.
just stop the music. And the DJ said, Robin Harris is in the house. And Robin got on the little DJ mic. It wasn't set up for comedy or anything. And he just started roasting people, firing off jokes.
Wow.
I had never seen anything like
Wow.
it.
Wow.
And he killed, the crowd was like
In
dying.
stitches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dying, laughing. And I was like, oh my God. And he said, start hanging out with me. I'm going to start taking you around to these spots.
Nice.
And he was my heart. Robin took me around to all these different places.
Wow.
And, a guy named Michael Williams opened the Comedy Act Theater in Los Angeles.
Yeah, in L.A.
And we called it Robin's House because Robin was the host.
Yes.
And he told me about it the very first night. And on the very first night, somebody didn't show up. I don't remember who it was, but Robin said, I'm telling you, man, you need to put this woman on. I was the only female and went on that stage, and I must have been a regular there for about the next 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. Why L.A. when you were in Illinois? Why did you say that day? What was it about L.A. and not going back to the South Side?
Let me tell you, girl, first of all, I hate cold weather. I hate it. Oh, my God. If I never see another snowflake, that hawk coming off, no, sir. Not for me. Not my lifestyle. and and I think too, just as a kid, it was something about watching those old movies, and you'd see those cars, and they would be zooming past the
Right,
mountains and
right,
the ocean
right,
was over there. And
right,
I used
right.
to always think that is so
Pretty.
I want to go there one day. And I didn't understand the word no.
Okay.
So there was no reason that I couldn't
Could
go
go
there.
over there. Okay.
And what I said to my husband at the time, here we are, two broke college students with a baby. We have to start somewhere.
Okay.
Chicago isn't going anywhere. Why not go somewhere new and fresh
True.
and warm? And if it doesn't work, we can always come back.
Good way of
But I
thinking.
didn't want to go back and start to get stuck with bills and car
Right.
notes and and commitments
Okay.
there and never get a chance. I'm one of those people who has always said, I never want to die thinking, I always wanted to.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. So you're doing it. So while you're out in LA and you're doing the open mic, you were doing that for how many years? Every Monday night, doing it for 3 minutes.
It was more than Monday nights. Whoever had open
So you
mic,
was going all over.
wherever we could perform. I actually worked a regular job for 6 years, and doing open
Wow.
open mics or starting to get little
Gigs here and there.
Yeah, and it was Robin Harris who finally convinced me. He was like, "You got to jump out there, Myra."
Really?
And because he was to me, here was the difference. It's a male-dominated field.
Yes, it is.
It still is.
Yes, it is.
Many of the guys, particularly back then, they were either 4, 5, 6 deep, living in an apartment, sleeping on the floor.
True.
Or they had a woman who worked. Okay, I'm a single mom.
Right.
I got somebody who's looking at me every day.
Yeah.
What's for dinner? Help me with my homework. I got a boo-boo. My shoes don't fit. How come? Why? How? Why? So I was not. If it was just me,
Yeah.
I probably would have lived a different lifestyle.
Okay.
But I chose, because many people are like, oh no, so send them home, or let your mom raise them while you get on the road.
No.
It was a choice that I made.
Right.
That's my child.
Yeah.
I'm his mother.
Yeah.
And he was my little ride or die.
There you go.
Come on, dude.
Yep.
We can do this.
Carrying him around like an accessory.
Okay.
Yeah, everywhere you go,
Okay.
he was
and,
there.
And for me, just like him, it was just normal. Let me tell you this. So I'm kind of fast forwarding, so I'm doing comedy. I would take on maybe temp jobs and stuff. So I got a great offer to manage an apartment building in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And all I had to pay was $200 a month. So I'm like,
Nice.
if I can't hustle $200 a month, I don't need to do comedy. So we're in Beverly Hills, living in this wonderful building. My son is going to school in Beverly Hills. We broke as church mice, but nobody has to know that. So it's showing, it's like Parents' Day or show and tell or something, and I had something to do. I'm getting there late, and all the other little kids are lined up telling us, yes, and my family's from blah, 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 and my dad owns the Mercedes-Benz dealership on Wilshire. And other look at, yes, and my family owns the antique shop on Rodeo Drive, and da-da-da-da-da. And my son gets up and says, my mom is a comedian because she doesn't know how to do anything.
Oh, snap.
And I was the only black person in there, so everybody knew. I was like, yes.
Wow.
I laughed so hard. I just laughed. I went, this is how my child.
Now, how old was he when he said
He was
that?
in 6th grade.
Wow, that's like 12, like 11 or 12 years
Yeah,
old. Yeah.
Yeah, but he got up there like, ha, that's nothing.
Wow.
Wait till I lay this on you.
My mother doesn't know how to do anything.
My mother doesn't know how to do anything.
Oh, my gosh. Mm-mm.
But it's just interesting how what your child
Yes. Perception of.
perception is, and so that was a funny moment. I just went, I guess I still got more work to do.
Yeah, you got more work to do. Where do you get most of your material from, Myra? I mean,
Life
every day.
every day, every day. I'm a huge news junkie.
Okay.
So Lord,
There's a lot of
there's
material there.
A lot of material going on there right about now. Just an everyday experience being a woman.
Being a mom.
Being a mom, being a grandma, getting older. Oh, honey, look at here.
Being divorced.
Being divorced. It ain't for no punks.
No.
You get up in the morning and you look in the mirror. You have to do a double take. Like,
Yeah. It's serious.
like who is? Wait a minute. Who is that chick?
It's real serious. It's real serious.
Yeah. But the thing is, to be able to laugh about it. J. Anthony Brown said something to me once that I'll always remember. He said, Myra, we go to work to make people laugh, and then they pay us.
Yes, right. The best job.
Okay.
You got the best job going.
It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Laughter is so infectious. You ever walk into a room and people are laughing, and then you start laughing, and you're asking, what's so funny?
Yeah.
What's everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody laugh? And so as comics, and I think it's true that many of us get laughter from pain, and that's our way of dealing with it. Tiffany Haddish has recently said that. Richard Pryor has said that, and he was one of my favorites. So it's our coping mechanism, and I say thank God for laughter. I said y'all better be glad we comedians, because if we wasn't comedians, we'd probably be some dangerous people.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I it's such a gift to have, and I'm just thankful that I not only discovered my gift, but I embraced my gift as a gift, because I remember in elementary school, I think it was 7th grade, because I always loved to write little stories and pass them around, and I was passing around this, remember, it was so corny, Batman and Robin used to be on TV.
Yeah, in 66, 67.
With that pow, zap,
Yeah.
their mouth. Well, I had written this story where Batman and Robin came to the south side of Chicago. Oh, yeah. That's what my mind was as a little girl. Okay? No.
I'm not messing with you. I'm not even messing with you with the stories, because I can only imagine. Did they go to the store? Did they go play the numbers? Was they on the corner drinking? What was going on?
They
had some chicks on the side?
Basically, we kind of kicked they butts, messing with the light. We were more powerful than Batman and Robin.
Okay.
And everybody was passing it around, and my teacher, his name was Mr. Georgopoulos. I remember him. He got it from somebody, and he was standing there looking at it and going, who wrote this? And they were like, Myra, write the story. And he was like, come with me. We're going to the principal's office. Well, to me, that meant death.
Right.
I'm thinking my mom about
He's going to kill you.
Yep. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
It's over. This is how I'm going to die. And he went to the principal and said, we need to do, it was 8th grade. He said, because we need to do this as a part of our graduation.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool?
And when I think back, that was the first person, I think, who ever embraced anything I had ever read.
Really?
Yeah. And we did it. And I was kind of like the little director on the side, like, no, Batman. Go
Yeah.
But I said, wouldn't it have been great for other teachers or other people to have seen that in me,
right?
And to really push that, because back then, if you were going to be a professional, for the most part, we were nurses, secretaries, teachers. What did I forget? Because it's usually for nurses, teachers, secretaries, something else. It was always
right.
Social workers or something. But And I followed that path initially, but that wasn't for me.
That's not for you.
I ended up going back to something that I absolutely love doing, and that was telling stories and being funny.
Now, how did you get your first opportunity as a writer? Because you have written some shows. You did some things like, I believe, The Parenthood.
No. I wrote my very first writing job was on the Martin Show. I wrote on Martin and Hanging with Mr. Cooper and a show called Good News. And then when I got to Atlanta, I wrote on some Tyler Perry shows here and some other stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So what had happened was, this is how I got Martin. Martin Lawrence and I, we had the same manager when we were stand-up comics.
All right.
Just so happened, I was also a joke writer for this guy known as the Fly Jock
Yes.
at that time. His name, little DJ you all might know by the name of Tom
Joyner.
So they had formed the Martin Show, got the cast and everything together. I think they had been maybe in pre-production for about a week. And they realized with all the writers that they had, no one knew anything about radio. Remember Martin's character.
It was a radio DJ, talk radio, as a matter of fact.
The manager, our manager happened to mention, I have another client who's a comedian who writes for radio, literally, I got a phone call that said, you want to come write for television? I've never written a script before. That's okay. You want to write for television? Yes. Come in tomorrow.
Wow.
That's how I got into television. Because people always come to me going, I want to know how to get into television.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I can't
Tell
you how
you.
to get into television.
You just knew the right people.
It was
just
a
divine
blessing.
fate. It was just divine.
Yeah.
Your dots always connected.
Yeah. So that's
Same manager. So you wrote how many episodes did you write for Martin? Because that was a very funny show series.
I didn't write a lot. How it was, the system was so different then. Because Martin, that was about 20 years ago. The average season was about 20 to 22 shows.
Yes, I remember that.
So if you have a staff of, let's say, 7 or 8 writers, that's about 2 episodes per writer.
Yes.
Your senior writers will, of course, get more.
Okay.
So I had 2 episodes, and then, well, I'll say 2 and a half, because I think we wrote one as a group. My first episode, I felt was absolutely terrible, because I didn't know what I was doing, and it was just so fast-paced. I knew jokes. I had to learn story structure. And I will say that to any writer to this day. When people come, watch good TV, learn the story. When they start off in that first 2 minutes before the commercial, and they do the teaser, what we call the teaser, a cold opening. In that little bit, most shows will tell you what that story is about. They are setting up the story. Then in the middle of the show, at about minute 10 or 12, because we only have 22 minutes,
right?
Boom. What's your, what's going to be that big suspense thing that's going to make you sit there through them commercials to wonder, now, how is Martin going to get Gina back?
Yeah,
Boom.
right.
Then you come back right after that. Martin is trying to get Gina back. Well, now we have to have something real big and crazy and funny happen because he's trying to get Gina back.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, of course, he gets Gina back.
Right.
Tommy still ain't got no job.
Right.
So
that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So those really learn
stories.
But the system is somewhat different now with all our different avenues and things, because with cable, Netflix, Hulu, and all these different things now, and people binge watch now. You don't have to sit there and wait like, oh, I can't wait until next week. It's like, well, I'll either just download it on demand, blah, 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 or I'll just wait and just watch
the
9
whole
episodes over the
whole
weekend.
season.
Yeah. So they're writing differently. They're shooting differently now, because when we used to shoot one show a week, when I came here and worked for other studios, we worked much faster than that. So you have to learn what you want to write, how you want to write it, and just be flexible enough and believe in yourself. I love to watch Issa Rae.
Yeah.
Because she started off a web series.
Yeah, she did.
Awkward
She did.
Black Girl.
Yep.
Which I love, and she's another woman who did not believe in the power of no.
Right.
You know, it's like, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it this way. And I have nothing but total respect.
Yeah. Well, we definitely have more vehicles and opportunities, right, for women to come through versus when you came through.
Just like you sitting here right now, chick. Come on.
That's right. It's just a different time and place. Do you think that comedians are still funny like they were? Because Richard Pryor was phenomenal, right? I mean, he just did a lot of things, and a lot of comedians to this day that remember Richard will say he was a mentor. He was somebody that I looked to.
Comedians.
Yeah.
Yes. What I miss, and I'm not saying that it's not out there, but I remember when we did the Comedy Act Theater, one of the things that I loved about it, because to me it was the birth of black comedy explosion.
Okay.
There would be several comics on. One may be doing impersonations. Somebody else has props.
Right.
Somebody else doing this. One person may be blue. The rest of them clean. So it was almost like you got such a variety in all different shades of comics.
Yes.
And I think what happened with Def Jam, and don't get me wrong, Def Jam was funny. I was on Def Jam. I love Def Jam, but I think that it exposed us to a lot of comedians, but it was sort of one tone of comedy.
I got you.
Because it was blue. It was very, very, very blue. So all these people coming up now going, I want to be I want to be a comic. So I have to be dirty. You don't have to be dirty. You really don't. And be creative. I can't think of the last time I saw somebody use props.
Right.
You know, and as people of color, I think we have to be open-minded enough and not put ourselves in a box to say, well, if you not, cussing and doing so and so,
right.
You're not funny. You're not keeping it real.
No.
You have to be true to yourself as a comic. If you were raised however you were raised, tell your truth.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
And so because of that, yes, comedians are still very funny, but I think that there's room for us to be funnier
And not so much one-dimensional.
Yes.
Everybody's doing it the same style, the same way.
Yes.
You're getting because of Martin and other shows that followed after that, you got a lot of characters, right? Because Martin did a lot of characters in his show. Same thing with Jamie Foxx, and so different shows. I think comedians are taking that avenue as well to be, well, I'm this way, and then I put on the wig, I'm this, or I put on some funny glasses and I talk like this. So you have these different characters that people are trying to do to try to give versatility in their style of being funny. Because the props is tricky, doing or slapstick comedy, or even doing comedy with a partner. Like people don't even do that anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That was much more common back then. But it's almost like they just feel I have to come and I got to come out hard and I won't say the words, but I've said to many comics, that's not a punchline.
Right, I hear you.
And don't get me wrong, I am not a prude. I can find blue humor very funny, but it's got to be funny.
Okay.
Because if everybody is coming out cussing and saying the same word, you've diluted it, and the word means nothing.
It doesn't have the punch.
Exactly.
It doesn't have the punch like it used to or it's supposed to.
Exactly.
Because it's common language now. It's like everyday language. Yeah. One thing that you mentioned was that when you started, agents and managers were looking for a certain thing. Definitely different now. Comedians look extremely extremely different, right? From Leslie from SNL,
Yes, yes,
and then
yes.
Tiffany, yourself. Everybody looks different. People are even more open now with Ellen with their sexual preference and things like that. Wanda's come out and,
Yes,
things
yes,
like that. So
yes.
it's just so diverse
Yes.
for women in comedy. And
Yes.
just, do you find, is there more women writers at the table now too, or about the same? What do you think?
It's more women writers. It's still a male
Okay.
dominated industry.
Uh-huh.
We still have a long way to go to get our seat at the
Table.
and to get our pay
Ah.
at the table.
Ah.
But it is coming along. I remember one of the comments that I used to get when they didn't want to hire me for shows, because many times I would be the only woman, and a lot of times even when you see these comedy tours, it'll be one female. Like, well, no, we don't want to have more than one woman on the show, and it's kind of like, well, why? You got 4 men.
Why? Yeah.
But they say, well, you man bash, and I go, no, it's just jokes, just like when you tell jokes about women.
Right. I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get that. Oh no, she just talks about men. And one of the oldest vaudeville jokes was, "Take my wife,
Please."
See?
Rodney
See?
Dangerfield.
And
Yeah.
That's
Right.
from way
back.
in the day. Not one person said, "Oh, you're woman bashing." It's a joke. But if I say, "Take my husband, please," oh, see, there she go. There she goes. She started. She's talking about men. Well, you know what? Put on your big boy pants and deal with it. Because it's jokes, baby.
It's jokes. It's
It's
jokes.
jokes.
It's
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah.
It's jokes. So what's on the horizon? You said you got a book in you. You like to write, and you haven't gotten this book out yet, Myra J?
You know what?
What's going on with you?
People for one thing, up until recently, because I was always working for someone else.
Okay.
So now that I'm looking around like, so what you doing right now, chick?
Right.
And so many people have said to me, when are you going to tell
Your story.
And I'm having fun with it.
Okay.
I'm having fun with it. I'm being selective, but
Okay.
I am really having fun, and I've put a deadline on myself to have it done by the end of the year. Not published, but just
Done. Okay.
Yes, because I'm one of those people. Please give me a deadline.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing that. I'm also at the. I actually have a gig this weekend.
Awesome.
Yep. It's in Riverdale. Go on my Facebook page. No, it's not in Riverdale.
Okay.
It's the Riverdale Town Center, but go on my Facebook.
Okay.
But I am doing, I'm really excited. In August, I'm doing the Martha's Vineyard African American Comedy Festival this summer.
Nice.
Yeah, which I hadn't even heard of until last year. I'm like, what? They've been having a comedy festival in Martha's Vineyard?
Martha's Vineyard is the place to be in August.
Well, no, I actually went in July 2 years ago for a friend of mine's birthday. And everybody was like, oh, so Myra J, you coming back next month for the film festival?
Wow, yeah.
What film festival?
Yeah, they have it. It's nice.
So I'll be there this
Nice.
year. Yes,
awesome.
yes,
So
yes.
you're still working.
Well, you know what? It has slowed down because I was doing other things. And remember LaWanda Page?
Yes.
Aunt Esther.
Yes.
From Sanford and
His
Son.
son.
So Robin Harris and I think it was Leroy and Skillet, and we were preparing to do this show. And I'm sitting there, I'm studying my notes, and this woman walks in, and she goes, "What's that, baby?" And I said, "Oh, notes." And she said, "Oh, you a comedian?" And I said, "Yeah." And she snatched my paper. She said, "Either you know it or you don't."
Dang.
And I looked up, and I realized that it was her.
Right.
And first of all, I was so in awe, like, Aunt Esther. And then I went, Aunt Esther has my notes. And I'm too afraid to ask for them back because it was like, your grandmother walked in and stuff. And she stayed for the show. She sat me down afterwards and she said, "Baby, you got something special," which just touched me. She said, "Let me tell you what's going to happen."
Wow.
She said, "You're going to get offers to do television, do film. She said, never stop doing your stand-up. She said, because sometimes television is too much mustard for the hot dog.
I heard that.
Yep. And I knew exactly what she meant. And she said, as long as you can tell a joke, you can work for yourself when you want to. And she told me, she said, she used to do stand-up, which I didn't know. And she said she used to work in a place called Jump Off, Mississippi. And I said, well, that's what she told me. And I said, where's that? She said, I had to jump off the bus and walk the rest of the way.
They're laughing in the studio. Okay. Oh, my goodness. She had to jump off the bus.
I had to jump off the bus and walk.
I didn't know she did stand-up.
Yes. She, and because she used to be on the Martin show, too.
Yeah, she did.
And it was her and another elderly woman. Her name was Jerry. She was the one she'd always. She was the neighbor
her and Martin fight all the time.
Yes, they knew each other from vaudeville.
Is that right?
And it was the most beautiful thing because they used to, but between takes, do their little dances from back in the day, and the whole studio would just stop.
That is awesome.
We are looking at history right here. These are legends, and they would do that soft shoe, and it was so beautiful to see them together.
I got to talk about this. I got to ask this because I like him, and I still listen to him on the radio. Tom Joyner. I'm a Tom Joyner fan.
Oh, okay.
I am, and he's here. He's syndicated here in Atlanta. I wanted to know, how did you guys meet? How did you guys start you started your career working with him?
With Tom.
Yeah.
When he was known as the fly jock, flying between Dallas and Chicago. Doing a show every day. I was doing some stand-up, living in Los Angeles, and he had a weekend show. And the writer for his weekend show, Brad Sanders, was also a stand-up comic.
Okay.
And Brad reached out to me and said, on Tom Joyner's weekend show, his countdown show, he puts comics in between some of the songs. He's never had a woman comic.
Wow.
Can you record something, for the show? And being from Chicago, I knew who Tom Joyner was. Because he wasn't in Los Angeles, so I hadn't heard him. So I, did some stuff and put it on the show. And that week, my friends in Chicago started calling me saying, Tom Joyner is playing you on the radio. And I said, yeah, I was on the weekend countdown show.
Right.
And they said, no. He's pulled your jokes and he's playing them through the week, saying, it's this woman, Myra J. And I was like, get out of here. So I became a regular on the weekend countdown show. And I mean, many comics came in. And eventually, Brad did something, and I became the writer of the weekend countdown show. And when he left being a fly jock and said he wanted to start the nationally syndicated Tom Joyner Morning Show, because I actually worked for Tom for 2 years before I even met him.
Wow.
We only talked on the phone. And when he decided he wanted to go national, he called me and said, radio is changing. And if I don't jump on this and reach my urban audience, somebody else will.
I heard that.
And he was trying to explain it to me, and I was like, so wait, you gonna be on all these cities how do you do the time? He said, He said, I don't give him the hour, I just give him the minutes. I'm like, okay, he worked that out. Okay, well, that's the question I had. So he was like, I would love to bring you on board. Are you with me? And the thing was, though, he had to be off air for 6 months. And I was like, you know what? Let's do this.
Okay.
And I did, and we had. I don't even think he knew how big the show would grow.
It's huge.
Yeah.
How long did you work with him?
I was on the air, I think for 12 years.
Yes.
I still work behind this.
I know you do.
We just got back
from the cruise.
I know.
The fantastic voice.
Cruise. It was like Wakanda at sea.
Yeah. I know you still do. I know you do.
Yeah, so that was great. So I've worked with Tom in some capacity up until now, I think for probably about 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Long time.
Long time. Long time.
We're going to miss him when he retires.
I know. The end of next year.
Yeah.
The end of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be
so many people are like, oh, what are we
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
do?
It's going to be a void because of what he did and his contributions. And you should be proud because you were part of that. You know, the birthing of him
Yeah.
giving towards HBCUs
mhm.
and how much money he's raised over the years and the fly
Yeah.
shows, the
Yeah.
sky shows
Sky shows. Yeah.
and It's Your World.
Yes, myself and Brad Sanders and Jetta Jones were co-creators and writers of
Yeah,
It's Your
Your
World.
World.
And that soap opera ran, I think, for almost 12 years
Yes,
on the air
on the
with
air.
him, and then another 2 or 3 years online. So it probably won't even hit me.
Okay.
You know,
Till you stop?
Yeah, until we actually stop.
You're not stopping no time soon.
No.
You're still going.
Yeah, but it's been so much fun. It has allowed me such an opportunity. Just like I said, this little girl from the south side of Chicago, I mean, we went to South Africa. I've met Bishop Desmond Tutu.
Awesome.
It's like, do you know who I am? I'm like, this is Bishop
This
Desmond
Tutu.
Tutu.
It's huge.
We met him. We were actually supposed to meet with Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Something had happened over in South Africa, and he was called away. And Bishop Desmond Tutu was kind enough to meet with us. And we told him about a song here in America, and we wanted to sing it to him. And we all sat around and started singing, "Don't Mess With My Tutu." And my mom, when I got back to it, I can't believe.
I'm with Mom on that one. I'm with Mom on that one.
Like, you all did not sing, don't mess with my tutu.
Because you're comedians, that's why.
Right. Well, can I tell you a quick story?
Sure.
About my mom? So like I said, I have been on the air with Tom for about 2 years.
Okay.
My mother is in Chicago. I'm in Los Angeles, and my mother just calls me up out of the blue, and she said, "What do you do?" And I said, "Well, Mom, I'm on the radio." She said, "Yeah. But what do you do?" I said, "Mom, I'm on the radio. That's what I do." She said, "I know you're on the radio, but I don't know what to tell the people at church, you know, because they ask, they're like, 'What do you do?' And I'm like, 'Mom, I'm on the radio. I'm like a sidekick on the radio."
Yes.
She said, "But what's your job, baby?" I said, "I'm like a sidekick on the radio."
Yeah.
She said, "Well, how do you make money?" I said, "I get paid." She said, "You get paid for that?" She said, "I thought you volunteered and went there with Tom Joyner before you went to your real job."
Your mom ain't right.
And it's a thing where I just said, you know what? Family will keep it real.
Yo.
Family will. When I tell you, my mom was like, she said, She said, "Well, I'm glad you found Tom Joyner because you wouldn't have been able to keep a job. You so silly." She said, "You so crazy."
Ooh.
She said,
He pays you to do that.
You get paid." She said, "I thought you just kind of, stop by there before you went to work."
And travel. Paid and travel. And interview people and meet people and talk to people and just.
None of that. What did I say? You were supposed to go to work, get you
Yeah,
a job, a 9 to 5
for 25 years and get to
return.
watch.
That's
Get to
right.
go watch.
That's right. She had no idea that I was getting paid to be on the air.
What would you tell people that are listening to say they don't know what to do? Like, maybe I'm too old to be a comedian. Because I have a couple of friends I've heard people say, when I quit this job, I'm going to stand up and tell jokes. I've heard several people say that. In my next life, I'm going to be a comedian. What would you tell them?
Do it. And this is what, and here's what always gets to me. I make my friends laugh all the time. Those people who's sitting out there are not your friends.
Okay.
So you have to, once again, study the comics. Who do you like? Did you like Robin Williams? Did you like Robin Harris? Do you like Wanda Sykes? Do you like Whoopi? Do you like Cat Williams? Do you like Sinbad?
Right.
Watch them. listen to the old albums. Listen to Dick Gregory. Listen to D.L. Hughley. Listen to people, because I've taught comedy workshops, and this is what I always tell my class. If you don't remember anything else, every joke has this element. Set up. Okay. What do you do? Set up, premise, punchline. That's it. That's it. Many times, depending on your style, the closer these things are together, the better the joke. It needs to be tight. And people get well, I ain't really no comedian, because, I was at the post office one time, and you've been up there 35 seconds, and you ain't said nothing funny yet. I ain't got that much time, boo. Okay? This woman done charged me $10 for a drink. I already got attitude. You better come with it. And for women, it's gotten better, but it's still harder than for men. I can remember when I started, and many times comics, we may be right behind that curtain. We're kind of reading the audience and blah, 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 blah. And guys can come out and they're ripping the room and so on, so on, so on, so on. And they could be talking about women and talk about their hair and how they look, and they're just, and the minute that the woman comes out, and we can see the women's body language. And they look you up and down from your hair to your shoes, and they are reading you.
No.
We can, believe me.
Yeah.
We see y'all. Ooh. And it's gotten better, but back in the day, and every female comic that I've ever said that to, they went, you're absolutely right. So as women, it's almost, we have to work harder. We have to work harder. And that's why many of us, we have to come out almost with this self-deprecating humor to relate, just to say, girlfriend, look, I'm on your side.
Right.
I'm with you. Now let's all get together. Yeah. Relax, chick.
I don't want them.
Right. Okay. And let's have a good time. I'm all the way up here. You sitting there next to
right.
him. So yes, and so when we have to deal with that as women. But people have asked me what about being on the road with a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
And that's for me it's never been a problem. It could have been. I think I was a little older when I started, so I don't know. I would like to think that they really saw me as a comrade.
Okay. Okay.
Many of the comics were much more protective of me. Because when we come off stage, we want to go to a club or go to a bar. Now they can talk to as many women as they. The minute a guy
somebody give you the eye,
bruh, and ain't nothing over here for you, bruh. Keep it moving. And I'm like, I got a mouth I can no. As a matter of fact, you just need to go on back to the hotel. That's what you need to do. You don't even need to be up in here.
Double standard.
Yeah. Oh, they would be like, oh no, you can't have anything. You don't know how to handle yourself being out here amongst these people.
And you're cute too, Myra. See those eyes? That's what it is. These pretty eyes. They was just losing their mind, and your comrades was like, nope. It
would be so. They have literally physically stepped right in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, can I help you with something?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude,
cute.
Excuse you. Get out the way. You blocking.
That's their job. Yeah. But they probably protect you from a lot of stuff that you didn't even see coming. Yeah. And so you got an opportunity to really focus on the craft.
Yeah.
And be funny.
Yeah. And for a long time I was in a relationship. And he wasn't in the business, and blah blah blah. And so for me, and God bless everybody, do what you do, but my mind can't run in that many different directions at a time. I'm like, if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm in a relationship with you. You don't have to worry about me being on
Right,
the road.
right.
It's like, look, I can't tell that many lies. I'm already making up stuff on
The
stage.
stage as it is now.
Yeah,
Being funny.
Right. So yeah, I was never that type of person to
Okay.
be out there looking, and especially being a woman when you're on the road by yourself too. I was very, very focused on. I'm out here. I got one job to do.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to do my job, tell some jokes, get my money, get my money right.
I know. Come on now.
Okay.
I know that's right.
And go home. Because I think, well, see, I don't have representation now, but many times we may not have a manager or something, so you're out there fighting for your money by yourself, and for most of us, we're not going on stage without our money, and me, it's gonna be with me. Ain't nobody gonna watch my purse. I know. I don't even know if she still does it, but Cheryl Underwood will bring her purse on stage.
She do.
And I ain't mad at her because I'm like, my money is gonna be with me. We always say it. No money, no fun.
She come on out on the talk with the purse.
Oh, does she? That's funny.
She'll come out with it. She still, I mean, and that's part of her gimmick,
her
stick. So she's gonna do it anyway. But you're right. You're right. You're right.
Look, I have been in some dives where I'm like, I need the rest of my money. And this guy, he said, well, step into my office. His office was the utility room because it was a mop bucket and like some pine saw and like a 75-watt bulb over there. And I'm not saying what the man did for a living, but he paid me in 5 1s and 10s.
See, I'm not messing with Myra. I'm not. I ain't messing with you. But you got paid.
I stood there just as patiently.
Yeah.
Count it out. Okay. Put it in there.
Yeah, count it out. You got your money, and that's all that matters.
That's all that counts.
And Myra, you've done a lot of things. I said that. You've accomplished a lot of things. Legendary status because you're the first in so many different areas. And for that, we tip our hat to you. Thank you for doing what you've done. Your career has been wonderful. And we just want you to continue to flourish and blossom and do what you do. How can people find you? Where are you?
Oh, okay. Well,
on Facebook?
Yes, I'm on Facebook.
She got to go to the bag, y'all.
Yeah.
She got to pull it out.
I got to pull it out because I'm not that.
She got to pull it out, y'all.
Well, see, this is why I'm doing this. On Facebook, you can find me at Myra J. Jarym is the last name, and that's nothing but Myra J backwards. So Myra J, Jarym. Yeah, because my other Facebook thing got blocked, but we ain't going to talk about that.
Okay. Okay.
But then I'm on Twitter at Gotta Be Myra J. GLTTAB. Gotta be Myra J. And then on what's left? Instagram, I'm at Not a Mirage. NOTTA Mirage. Not a mirage. Because I'm the real thing. But I also just wanted to
What
mention,
you got?
I've done the soft launch, and I'm giving you, because you don't go to nobody's house and not bring gifts.
That's nice.
I've done a soft launch of empowering magnets.
Look at that.
And this one says, celebrating my awesomeness.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, so I'm
Thank you.
I'm giving you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And you know, our common denominator is that Lisa Lee artistry. That's our common denominator. Hi, Lisa Lee.
Hi, Lisa
yes,
Lee.
because you came out and did her show.
Yes.
You did jokes for her, and I was in the back. I was working
You
her table.
I
sold you
Richard
prior from me.
I knew you.
It's a small world.
I knew
That's
you.
me. Hi.
I was thinking, I kept looking like, she looks
so familiar.
Yes, and I almost mentioned that I bought Richard Pryor.
You did, from Lisa Lee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See how small the world is?
That's why you always be nice.
You
to
gotta
people,
be
children.
nice.
It's very tiny world.
I was very nice to you.
You were very
You was like,
nice.
I love Richard Pryor. I was like, that needs to just go. And you went and got the money, and that's how that happened.
Yes, supporting one another. Because
Yes.
look, I'm too old for an internship or
Yeah.
Look, we artists, we have to support one
Yeah,
another.
we do.
We
We
have
do.
to spend a little money,
Yeah.
with each other.
Yes,
So,
and you were working, and I was like, I want to meet her, but not today.
Okay.
I wanted you to enjoy the night because it was a good night.
It was a good
It was
night.
a very good
fun.
night. It was fun. You had a great time. People were laughing. It was a good crowd. And I just wanted you to bask in that, not just go after you. So
Yeah.
let that marinate, and we'll figure it out another time.
cool.
And now we're here.
Cool beans.
I like it.
Cool
Thank you,
beans.
Myra, for coming today.
Thank you for being you.
Oh, thank you. You guys know where to find me. Real Chicks Rock. I'm everywhere. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I have a website, realchicksrock.com. Yeah. Follow me. Yes, follow me. This show will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. Give me about 24 hours, 40 hours or so. I just want to bask in it right now. For those of you that want to see it again, it'll be on our Facebook pages, so go check it out. Thank you so much, Myra. We love you.
I love you.
Thank you. Bye. Until next time. Take care. Rock on. Bye.
Biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.